Okay, so to edit video in Canva is pretty straightforward. So depending on what you're creating on Canva, so say for example you've got videos on the home screen. If you want to create something to spec, say for example a YouTube video, just go create design and you can probably see YouTube ad square, but that's not the one that you want to use. So what you want to just type in is just YouTube. And then you can just go YouTube ad landscape. So don't worry about the name YouTube ad, but it's just the native size, which is 1080 by 1920 or 1920 by 1080. So just hit that and just go create. But depending on what you're creating this for, so just keep that in mind and try and search it up. If not, just use YouTube ad and then you can resize it after. So once you've loaded up a file which is made for video, usually what you'll see is the canvas. So you won't see any sort of timeline until you start sort of creating objects, and this will show up at the bottom. So always remember to rename your artwork. So just go video 1. I'm just going to do this for the purpose of the demonstration. And then by default, again, Canva will give you template pre-created templates on the left hand side here, and you can again sort of search up what you're sort of after in the search bar here. So say for example you want this to be, I don't know, you want to do something a bit more creative and go wedding, like make a YouTube wedding invite and have this, you know, sent out as a text message to your invitees or your guests. So there's only one, which is really funny, but we'll just use this as just an example. So you'll see once you place the template that this generally has a timing or a timestamp. I'd say a timing. Because this is actually a template, we're just going to see what's involved in this. I'm just going to go show pages and then duration. So this is the easiest way to bring up the timeline window in Canva when you're editing video. So if you see the play button, you can basically play and just kind of see what Canva has sort of pre-populated it with. This is probably not ideal, but I might see if I can switch this for something else, just for the sake of for this demonstration. Yeah, maybe we can just do this one. This one's a bit more nicer. So we'll just do apply all 5 pages. And then obviously it's going to pre-populate. So this is where we'll get to see a good version of the timeline here. So this template has about a 5-second intro, then it's got like a body, then location details, and then again details at the end. So when you're importing audio into the timeline, you usually see that purple bar at the bottom here, and then if, say for example, like I did previously, you just sort of click on the purple bar, which you can shift and kind of move this around as you wish. I'm going to just undo that. So if you click off that, you'll see that purple bar there, so don't fret. If you click on it, you can bring this up later on. Again, you can obviously edit the text and change the timing for each of these slides as well, not just through the top part here, but through scrubbing and actually editing using these handles to actually edit how long these slides are. Say for example you don't want this to be 5 seconds each, you just want this to be 3, so on and so forth. You can adjust the timeline to basically be similar to Premiere Pro or iMovie, that sort of thing. Alright. If you want to add in transitions between different slides, you can hover over the gap. So just hover over it and these 2 icons will appear. Add page and then add transition. What I'll do is add transition, and I'd usually use dissolve because that's the most like sort of seamless one. And you can see the purple here at the bottom is where the transition shows up. You can also increase and decrease that transition duration as well, I'm pretty sure. I'll just do that again. So add a transition. Whoopsie. I don't want a page, I want a transition. Transition and just go dissolve. Yeah, and then you can actually change it here. So you can see that the purple will increase as you increase the duration of that transition. So just keep that in mind when you're going through each of these slides. So there you go. It's pretty seamless in this instance. Okay. It's always nice to fade out to something at the end here. So I'd always add a transition at the end with a dissolve as well. So it kind of ends on like a nice normal note there. If you want to swap out music in the Canva video editor, you can delete the track or sync up the beat, which is a nice way to sort of, if you've got something that's a bit more upbeat and the content reflects that, you can change, and you can hit beat sync, so it'll sync up the beats, the BPM to whatever's shown on screen. If you want to change this, you can go to Elements, I'm pretty sure, and then you can pretty much find audio. So yeah, if you search in the Elements bar, then obviously just scroll down and you'll see audio here. So just remember to click in the Elements search bar and then hit audio. So maybe we'll just go like wedding, just as an example. And there you go. You can play the audio as a preview before you place this, but keep in mind this is a Canva Pro or Canva Premium sort of option here. So let's just say we want to use this audio instead. You can literally click and drag and you can shift this around in terms of its location here. This is sort of slowing my machine down here because it's such a long audio edit, but you can obviously extend this out to however long you need it to be. Alright, and if you don't need this audio here, you can just right click and just go delete. So don't worry too much about the colors of the bar there, that you can sort of doesn't really affect anything. Okay, the total duration of the video time is at the bottom here, so about 19 seconds. If you need to add audio effects, click on the audio bar and you can click audio effects, and then there's fade in and fade out options here. There are other audio clips, you just have to kind of search them in here, so just keep that in mind also. The last thing I'd probably say is if you want to download this, just obviously hit share, download, and then always download this as an MP4 video. So you can use this format for most like YouTube or hosting it on Dropbox or whatever you kind of need. And keep that in mind when you're setting up the artwork file as well. So this is just a 1080p HD video file, which will export pretty nicely if you've done everything correctly. If you want to see things from a higher vantage, just go grid view and you can kind of, move things around as you wish, create new pages, that sort of thing. If you want to revert back, just go close grid view. Okay. So yeah, if you want to also change the duration of these slides, hit the background, you can change it here as well with edit timing. You can apply this to all pages as well. Say, for example, you just want 3 seconds across each page. Just go apply to each page, and then each one of these slides will revert to 3 seconds each. Okay. And if you want to change the template up again, just go back to the design menu and you can change it up here. So the same design principles apply here as well. So changing fonts, text, the way that these text boxes appear, they've got different transitions applied to them as well. So keep that in mind. And then yeah, the same sort of thing as well with video. If you've got background video, you'll see its slider here. So this is the video that plays in the background. If you don't want that, delete it, and then you can just have a normal background with minimal fuss. Okay. If you've got any questions, just let me know. If you'd like some help with Canva or need help with a project, I'm always happy to help. Leave a comment in the comments, and then I'll leave a link in the description. All right, thank you.